In this episode, we're going to continue to work on your business chassis with the goal of improving your bottom line profits by over 60% this next year. Today, we're going to dive into your average dollar sale, an easily measured and easily improved metric that can have a significant impact on the revenues of your business. Are you ready to nail down a win on stage 23 of this year's Tour to Profit? Let's get into it.
Welcome to Why Business Teams Fail and How to Avoid It, a show helping small business owners build a radically engaged team that can run the business without you so you can remove the stress from owning a business and enjoy the freedom you deserve. Now, here's your host, Rich Allen.
Today you'll learn that the easiest way to increase your revenues is to have each customer buy more each time they do business with you. That impulse buys and making it easy to buy more are critical to maximizing your average dollar sale, and that a quick lesson from Mary of Betty's Pies may be just what you need to master this important area. Here's my question for you this week. How easy have you made it for your customers to buy more from you each time they visit? This week, we're focused on the fourth element of your business chassis, your average dollar sale, or what some may call your average ticket price. As a quick reminder, there are 5 specific metrics that make up your business chassis, the fundamental math that drives your business success. We've already covered the first 3 metrics: number of leads, conversion rate, and frequency of purchase. This week, we're going to discuss how you can improve your revenues and grow your profits simply by focusing on how to encourage each and every customer to buy something extra each and every time they do business with you. You may have heard this called the McDonald's approach. Would you like fries with that? Have you ever considered why they ask each and every customer that walks up to the counter or drives up to the window, would you like fries with that? Do you think they were just trying to drive you crazy? No, they had a plan. They had a motive. They knew that a certain percentage of customers would answer that question with a sure, and as a result, they would increase their revenues without ever gaining one single new customer. Look around you. Businesses are doing it everywhere. You can't get out of the grocery store, a Home Depot or Lowe's, a Target or Dick's Sporting Goods without first running the gauntlet of power bars, magazines, snacks, gums, sports drinks, batteries, lip gloss, the list goes on. What do you think the impact of having those impulse items available and accessible would be when you have 1,000 people who go through your checkout counter every day? If 1 million people simply added $1 to their sale, that meant an additional $1 million in sale for that business. So you have to ask yourself, if an extra $1 on each sale means so much to a big company, why doesn't it mean so much to those who are smaller? It should. How do you think they got big? They used every opportunity to add to each and every sale. Are you doing the same thing? If not, what would it take for you to identify your fries with that items? If you're a hairstylist, you could be selling shampoo, conditioners, brushes, or other hair products. If you own a restaurant, you could be bringing out the dessert menu or samples to each and every customer. If you're a landscaper, you could be making suggestions about additional mulch, seasonal flowers, and other things. Every business has its version of fries with that. How ingrained is the offer in your script for your salespeople? Are your checkout clerks asking each and every customer? If not, why not? Is it optional to you? And if it is, should it be? Let me share with you a real example I encountered some time ago, but it's worth sharing again. We were on vacation visiting the North Shore of Lake Superior. We spent a wonderful, relaxing time in Two Harbors, Minnesota, taking a break from the August heat in Texas. One afternoon, we made our way to one of the true Minnesota icons, Betty's Pies, We had been to Betty's Pies restaurants before and considered it to be a required stop on our trip. As is usual in the summer, Betty's Pies was packed, even at 3 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. After a short wait, we were seated and immediately greeted by our waitress, whose name was Mary. Mary was the living picture of Minnesota nice and made us feel right at home. Her service was outstanding, and we were truly enjoying our time at Betty's Pies. As we finished our late lunch, Mary came by our table and confidently asked, "What kind of pie will you be having today?" Now, my standard response to a question about dessert is, "No thanks." However, we were taken back by her presumption that we wanted dessert. Her approach and enthusiasm left us with no option other than to respond with, "The Great Lakes crumb, please." The result was an immediate increase in our ticket price of $10. Mary had nailed the concept of asking if we wanted fries with that without even thinking about it. It came natural to her. In fact, she did it even one better. As soon as I gave her my choice of pie, she responded with, "You want that warmed with ice cream, right?" Who could say no? Of course I wanted my pie served warm with ice cream. The result, yet another $1.50 on the average ticket price. Our lunch ticket before Mary asked about our dessert was about $35. After Mary's very effective approach in adding value to our meal, our lunch ticket was $46.50, a whopping 33% increase in our ticket price. Not only was the pie the best you could find, but I was intrigued by Mary's natural approach to increasing the average ticket price of each and every customer she waited on. So here's my questions for you. Do your team members behave like Mary at Betty's Pies? Do you make it easy for them to upsell your customers? Do you package your products and services to sell bundled items? If you did, the result would be a higher average ticket price. There are many strategies you can use to increase your average ticket price. Remember, you don't need to raise it by a large amount. Simply a 10% increase would have a significant impact on your revenues. Not to mention the positive impact it would have on your profits. So your challenge this week is short and sweet. Think through the many ways you can get each customer to buy just a little more each and every time they do business with you. Some will work well, others not so much. Measure your results and test the outcomes. Be deliberate in your approach until you find the magic combinations, go-withs, add-ons, or upgrades that will consistently increase your average ticket price or average dollar sale. Remember, each element of your business chassis builds upon the others, so every little movement matters in a big way. Take small steps, but be consistent. Build the routines into your expectations. Do what McDonald's and many other large, successful businesses do, making it a part of the way you do business. The result will astound you, and your bottom line will skyrocket as a result. As we wrap up today's podcast, let me leave you with these simple thoughts. Number one, increasing your average ticket price may be the easiest way to increase your revenues and your profits. Number two, simply applying the "would you like fries with that" approach will result in significant improvements in this area. And number three, if you want to be best in class in this area, you'll embrace Betty's Pies approach to assuming the sale and make it super easy for your customers to buy more on each visit. If you'd like some additional support as we ride this Tour to Profit race, or want to tap into our free resources, simply go to my website, tourtoprofit.com. You'll find everything you need there. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to tune in next week when we're going to discuss Stage 24, increasing your profit margins. You won't want to miss it. Now, go make it a great week, and whatever you do, ride hard.
Thank you for listening to Why Business Teams Fail and How to Avoid It. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends so you don't ever miss an episode. Now go make it a great week, and whatever you do, ride hard.